So yesterday we have talked about Hashmap in Java. Let me share
Yeah,
my screen with you. You see my screen?
yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so yesterday we have discussed about Hashmap. We put a simple definition about Hashmap, key and value in Java. We learned how to create a new Hashmap, then how to populate this Hashmap with values. Okay, then we do some simple operations like we get a value or we replace a value with a new one, like updating a value or deleting a value, okay, or check if the hash map contain a certain key or certain value, okay. And we have learned that we should specify two data types, one for the key, one for the value, and the key could be of any data type, but uh, the same as in array list, we cannot use primitive data types here. Instead, we use wrapping classes like this one, integer, not int. Okay.
Can you use
Do you have
can you
any
use the
questions
yeah, can
about
you're
this?
right. Can
Is it all clear?
can you do string both sides?
Clear or not? Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear. I sent you I sent
Oh,
you a
oh,
question.
yeah. Yes, we can use like string in both sides or integer in both sides.
Okay.
Like it depends on the achievement you wanna do. It depends on your logic. Like here, for example, we put integer and string because here my logic is to for students to put key as an ID and the value is the student name. Okay, but it's
Yes.
all up to you. You can make it both integer, both strings, both characters, float, one integer, one float, one string, one integer, one string, one float, whatever. It's all up to you. Okay, and we will discuss more about this like today, like later. Later today, we will discuss again about the data types accepted here for hash maps. Uh, but before we do that, I want to discuss a very important topic with you, which is how to iterate on hash maps. So here we have like three options. We can iterate on the whole hash map entries, or we can loop on keys only, or we can loop on values. And you already understand the concept of iteration or looping, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, great. So here in HashMap, we have three options, which are looping on all HashMap entries, or looping on keys only, or looping on values only. So here let's start with looping on keys only. Like this is the first we're gonna do. Looping on HashMap keys. Do you have any idea how to do this?
Maybe hash keys.
And keep in
Before we
mind,
go,
keep in mind, like we don't have an index here. Like unlike in array list, okay, when we do some looping, okay, where is it? Don't, where is it? I don't know. I can't see. It's okay. No problem. So unlike in array list, we have index that we can trace, okay, to loop on each and every element. But here in Hashmap, we don't have index. So what we're gonna do? You have any idea?
for each.
Yes, for each loop. Just please wait for me one moment.
Mhm.
So here we will use for each uh, loop. Okay. First, we will loop on keys only. And here in our students hash map, what is the data type of our key?
Use a type. It is integer.
Yes, here this is our students hash map. We have integer for key and string for value. Here we're gonna loop on key, so data type for key is integer. Okay,
A number.
okay, good. So here in the for loop, we put int key. Okay, so this is the left side of our loop. Then in the hash map class, okay, we have function called key set. Okay, which help us retrieve all keys. Okay, in this hash map. So for each entry, we'll get the key will be temporarily stored here in this variable called key. Then we can access it inside the for loop body like this. We will say key equals, and then we use the key. Okay, so let's run this program. Look, key equals 23456, 2356, 2357, 2345. If we scroll up here to check, look, it's all
Alright.
the same. Same keys here we entered, the same keys we get here in the output. So it's working well as expected. You understand?
Yep.
Okay. So how about looping on values? This time we'll be getting not the keys nor the student IDs, no, we get these student names, Cody, Michael, Joe.
Mhm.
So how are we gonna do this? Like actually almost the same, but with a little bit difference. Let's see how here we'll be looping on hash map values. Okay, again, we're gonna use for each loop. Okay, and the values here of data type string. So here I will create a new string. I call it value. Okay, then again in the students hash map. Okay, we have another function called values to help us retrieve all values of Hashmap. Okay, so now inside the for loop, we can simply print each value. Here I would say value equals, and I put value. If we run again the program, look, looping on hashmap keys, we got the same keys. Then looping on values, now we are getting the students' names: Muhammad, Michael, John, Cody. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Last option we have is to iterate the whole hashmap entries, not only keys, not only values, but the whole pairs of keys and values. How we will do this?
Um, Again,
Hashmap
mm,
entries,
looping on hash entries. Looping on Hashmap entries.
the whole pairs. Okay,
The whole pair.
you have any idea?
Um,
Again, it's the same concept, but with a little changes. Maybe you can guess.
for each.
Yeah, again, we have for each. Okay, we will create a variable of type entry. Okay, to detect the pair of the hashmap key and value. Okay, and then again, we will use another function in the hashmap called entries set. So let's try if it's working or not. Here, I think it's entry. Yeah. And here we should specify the same data types of our students hashmap, which are integer and string. Okay, but only for single entry. Okay, so here I called it entry. Okay, this entry is a single pair of key and value. Okay, I will write them all. Entry is a single pair of key and value. Okay, uh, here we will be iterating on students dot entry set. Yes. Now we can print this entry. Entry equals entry. So let's run to see what happens. Look, after we loop on keys, values, lastly, we loop on the whole entry. So we get entry equals, this is the first pair, this is second pair, third pair, fourth pair. Here is the ID or key, here is the value or student name. Okay, you understand?
Yes.
Is it clear?
Very clear. Yeah. Clear.
Okay, great. Here while looping on entries, I can still access keys and values. Like here, if I want to print the entry key only, I can say entry key is, and I say entry dot get key. Same we can do for value. I can say entry value is entry dot get value. So if I run this program one more time, look, now I can access the whole pair with key and value, or I can access the key only, or access the value only. Same for all Hashmap entries. You understand?
Yeah, it could
Okay,
definitely
great.
something same
So
thing as a
now
for you.
we are done with looping. One last point I want to mention here, that not all hash maps data types are simple data types like this. Sometimes it's getting more complex. Like for example, I can have a hash map, okay, that has, it contains array list as a data type of its values. Like let's experience this. Let's have an example. Like, what if I create a hash map? Okay, I put the data types. First for key, I make it string, and for value, I can make it, just make it array list of integer. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. And I call this hash map or array list hash map. Okay, equal new hash map. You understand?
Yep.
Okay, how to populate this hash map? First, we need to create another array list. So I create array list of integer, the same as I defined here, the data type of the value. So I will define array list of integer. I call it values list equal array list. As you can see, it's getting complex. So you have an idea about how complex can it be sometimes. So here I already created the array list. Now let's put some values in this array list. It's called values list dot add 5, 8, 9, 15. Okay, so now we have array list. Let's put the first element or the first pair in this array list hash map. So I can say array list hash map. Okay, dot put The key is string, so the array list key. Whatever you want to put, you can put here. Okay. This key is your only way to retrieve back your value directly, and then the value is the value list type array list. Okay. So here, what will happen if I print this array list Hashmap? What is the output?
Mm,
Hashmap with value of array list. So here, if I run the program, look, this is the array list key I put here. Okay. And the values, like the value of this key is of type list. So the whole list got printed with the same values I put here, 3, 5, 8, 9, 15. And this time the values are, put together in the same order I added to the values because it's an array list, not hashing. So you
mm.
understand?
Yeah, it's understandable.
It's a little bit complex, but it gives you an idea about some usage of the hashmap, how powerful it is. It gives you many options.
Well, you use this all the time. You use Hashmat a lot, or
Hashmap uh, is popular, but ArrayList is the most popular data structure in Java. So if we want to say which one is the most important, let's say the arrays. But still, HashMap is very important. Arrays also very important.
this is a combination, right?
Uh, but the array list is the most important. Let's not call it combination, but like just giving you idea about uh, how to use array list inside HashMap. Like here, I created array list, okay, and this whole array list is stored as a single value of HashMap. Yeah, let's call it some sort of combination. Yes, okay.
Mm.
Like here, HashMap uh, stores data in the form of key and value. Okay. In the last session, we discussed only about string or integer, but now we changed the data type to some other more complex part, which is array list. So we stored the whole array list as a value inside the hash. You understand?
Yes.
Okay, great. So for me, that's all for the hash map stuff. Now it's your turn to do some code practice. So I will stop sharing. Please, you share yours, open IntelliJ, and let's write some code. Okay, great. Now I want you to create a hash map. Uh, it's up to you to choose data types of both key and values, and then you can put 5 pairs or 5 entries in this hash map. Hash map, not hash map. Okay, you are doing great. You entered 5 values. Can you please print this hash map?
Mhm.
Run. Okay, great. Look, now, second step, I want you to loop on all values of this school's hash map and then store them in array list. You understand?
Already explained it. Yeah.
I want you to loop on all values of school's hash map and store each and every value, okay, in a new created array list.
Okay.
Okay, we'll loop on values. What is the data type of our values?
Mm, mm, mm,
Our data
mm.
type of values is it's string. Okay, great. You want to loop on values? Wait, no, not schools. Do you see this column here after the value? Okay,
Yep.
yes. On the right side of this column, we can put the hash map where we're gonna loop on. So in this case, our hash map is schools, not only schools. We said there is a function that help us to loop on all values. Yes, you are doing great today. Okay, okay. Can you show me where is wait, please. Can you show me where is the for loop body?
What is it?
Where is the for loop body? No. Very wrong. Please delete all this.
Mm, I don't know.
This is not the body. Where is the body? Ah, okay. So the one in between these two highlighted brackets is our for loop body. Now you can put your code in between these two brackets, in any space in between these two brackets. Okay. Now I'm telling you we want to store this value in array list. So we should create array list where we're gonna put our array list. Is it here inside the for loop or outside the for loop?
Mm, very good.
We want to create a new array list where we will create array list inside the for loop or outside. If it's outside the for loop, it will be before the for loop or after the for loop. You tell me. We need to access, of course, we need to access this array list inside the for loop, but we don't want to create a new array list in each iteration of the for loop, in each cycle of the for loop. We don't want to create a new one in each cycle. We want to have only one and then add a new element in each cycle of the for loop. I hope it's understandable to you what we're gonna do.
Mm, mm.
You want to take your time, like, to think about it, or you want me to tell you? Let me tell you. I want you to create array list outside the for loop, but before the for loop, not after the for. Yes, David. Okay. Now create a new array list of the same data type of the values inside our hash, not ARR list, array list. Pay attention to these types. Okay, we want the array list of data type, the same data type of the hash map value. Is this the same data type of hash map value?
Yes.
Value, not key. French, Greek, Latin, Russian, Portuguese. What data type are all these values? What is the data type of all of them? It's string. Okay, but you should put this string in angle brackets. Okay, okay. You can call it anything. Call it array list, call it whatever. Okay, okay, LA, whatever. Give it any array list, but should begin with lowercase, not uppercase.
Okay.
Equal.
Equal.
Okay, great, great. Now we want inside the for loop to add the value to our array list. Inside the for loop, we will add the value inside our array list. No, we don't need to print now for now. We will put this print after the for loop, not inside the for loop. Now inside the for loop, add the value to array list. Array list,
Yeah.
add, how to add to array list.